Welcome everyone to the start of a new gameplay series on Rule the Waves 2, the much anticipated return to the channel. As the winner of a recent poll, we'll be playing in the 1900 start as Austria-Hungary. Now for those of you who are not familiar with Rule the Waves 2, this is an excellent, very detailed, very grognardy naval combat simulator. And besides just naval combat, it has a strategic layer where you're managing your ships, you design your ships, you try to build them, you have to maintain them, so you manage the naval budget as well. It's a really nice pairing. So the tactical combat is I would say very compelling, immersive, it's believable. And then you also have this strategic management side, which is also pretty realistic. Now, as Austria-Hungary, we can choose either the game budget, which is supposed to be more of a balanced one, or a historical naval budget. I default to the historical naval budget. Now, that does benefit Austria-Hungary in that Italy is severely penalized by their historical naval budget, meaning that they'd have the same budget as us if we go with historical. We also have this trait cautious, and I don't remember exactly what that is, but I believe it means that you're more likely to lose prestige if you lose ships. I think it doesn't, yeah. Germany has this as well. Austria-Hungary is actually a pretty easy country to play as. I think that they're one of the easier ones. Probably up there with United States is number one, the easiest. I mean, not from a micromanagement standpoint, but like how difficult it is. Japan is also isolated, which makes them pretty easy. Although you can also be stomped if you're not lucky. Anyway, let's play as Austria-Hungary. We're a little bit behind in naval guns. We're okay in terms of dock size. The main thing we're going to want to do is just start off by building our ships from Great Britain, as we always do. Torpedo technology research advantage, I have to say this is not really that, it's not as important as I think a lot of the other ones are. Triple turrets is good though. That's one that I'm very happy to have. Because I think that triple turrets, especially if you get the second upgrade that increases their rate of fire or decreases their penalty, I think that's a sweet spot for maybe one of the best turrets in the game. Anyway, our opponents will be these, which means basically we won't be fighting Japan. Oh my gosh, what name did I want to choose? There were some clever suggestions. Let me go look up what those were. Well, I can't find it, but something good enough here. Torticcioli will be our take on it. We'll go with fleet size super large. It's always fun to do that. I'm going to return to this research rate of only 80%. I do like this. We'll go with harsher peace deals because normally they'll be working in our favor. And I really don't like those white pieces after I've conquered half the British Navy. Dang you! Ugh, the worst moment in my Rule the Waves career, man. Those white pieces. We'll definitely do a manual build of legacy fleets. We can make the maximum airbase size smaller or slow aircraft development. I find that a research rate of 80 is pretty much enough of a solution. Aircraft are not terribly interesting in my opinion. And look at this. It's been 5 months since our last game. Wow. Well, into game slot 2 we go. Let's begin. And this will be your first exposure to the amazing, detailed user interface of Rule the Waves. That's right. There it is. No, I have not opened Excel. This is actually the way you play this game. But it is truly an amazing game. So we're going to start designing our new ships. I like to design a battleship for starters. And I also have a list of suggested user names. User submitted ship names, which we'll be drawing from. And the supporters, those are like Patreon people or some of the elite in my Discord. They have some names which I'll be drawing from as class names, and then we'll be filling in with the regular user submissions. Don't ask too much about the user submissions, as in some of them, if yours was a cruiser and now suddenly it's a battleship or vice versa, there was some redundancy in names, and so I had to delete some entries so that we don't have duplicate names. Anyways, stuff like that. But basically, we'll just plow through it. We don't want to focus too much on the names, so long as they're, Austro-Hungarian sounding, at least to a very loose approximation. But let me get the first class name. Of course, right on cue, our Austro-Hungarian sounding names, we're going to deposit O'Donnell. But the note from Rie, who submitted this one, is after Maximilian Karl Lamoro O'Donnell, a Habsburg Count of Irish descent who saved the life of Franz Joseph in 1853. So there is a justification for this, which I think is perfectly okay to go with. Maybe we should say Maximilian O'Donnell or Lamoral O'Donnell, something like that, which gives it more of that. But you know what? Good enough. And, you know, there's obviously... Well, not obvious, but I should say I do have just a smidge more leniency when it's one of the supporters submitting something. I mean, they've earned the right, in my opinion, to stretch those boundaries. At least I'll look for justification. I'll look for the notes, like I did in this case. So we're going to be building this out of Great Britain so that we can take advantage of their larger sizes as well as their better guns. So the build there. Let me actually just auto-populate a pre-Dreadnought so that it gives us a lot of, you know, more or less the things we want. Pop it up to 16,000. Speed of 18, 19. I mean, this is a hotly debated thing constantly. What is it? Is speed more important than armor? Yeah, in my opinion, generally, speed is less important than armor. So I usually make slower ships at, they're more heavily defended. Actually, I usually don't even defend them that much. I'm a glass cannon builder. Let's go with 11-inch belt for these. At least that's a starting point. I'm not going to go with more than 2 inches, maybe 2.5 inches of belt extended, because again, we don't have that. We just want that breakpoint 2 inches being the magical number to give us the protection from splinters. I don't think deck is very important, but it's nice to have the splinter protection. So it might be worth considering doing the deck extended 2 as well, which means our deck would be 2 inches from stem to stern. Conning tower, we all know that I don't care about my admirals or my captains. They can sit and bear the punishment along with the rest of the superstructure. Turrets, 11 inches. Yeah, that seems okay to me. And secondaries, we'll take this down to 2 as well, which is going to give us a lot of room to add a lot of secondary guns. And you can see that increasing these from 4 to 6-inch secondary guns is already increasing the weight by a significant amount. Maybe there's something to be said about adding tertiary guns. Can we? Do we have the ability to add anything in turrets? We do? Okay, yeah, I will prefer turrets over casemates for sure. Now, the downside with the turreted is that we cannot take advantage of the casemates take advantage of the belt armor, which is obviously like much better. But we'll be doing 2 inches for the secondaries, which is not bad. And we'll just throw a whole bunch of these on here. So 20. I may even just drop the 3-inch. So these are, I think that 3-inch guns may have some use. Especially, I mean, these are not going to make it to the day and age of dual purpose for anti-aircraft purposes. So, yeah, I don't know. But for killing those destroyers, which are getting close, it is nice. We also can kill those destroyers quickly if we just increase the number of 6-inch guns. And you can see that it's very easy to run out of space. We can probably go with higher belt. Yeah, I'm actually, this is a unique design. I don't think I've ever put my deck extended at the exact same as the deck. And we may even drop down the belt extended. I'm min-maxing a bit, and for those of you who have been around on my channel for long enough, you know that I do min-max. It's pretty much the only way you can play. I mean, no, you can play Rule the Waves in whatever manner you want, but I feel like a lot of people drawn to a spreadsheet type game are min-maxers. One thing I have set here is range of medium. We only have one C-zone, so we could set this to short. And the elephant in the room is I'm ignoring the cost. And maybe we should be dropping these down so that we decrease the cost. But there is also something to be said about higher displacement equals more hit points. And the way the battle generator works, which is, in my opinion, just generally, I would say, kind of borked. The battle generator is probably, I'm going to say, at least in my opinion, it's this way, and probably in a lot of people's opinion. The way battles are generated, moving from strategic to tactical, is perhaps the worst aspect about Rule the Waves. It doesn't make any sense, and you have very, I mean, it's not very nice. We'll increase our rounds per gun because why not? We want a little bit of weight remaining, not that much, but we want a little bit of weight remaining so that we can increase our fire control later. I guess we can just add more torpedo mounts, but I've actually never thought about this myself. Now, torpedoes are terrible in the very beginning. They have very short range. Having submerged mounts makes you vulnerable to below waterline penetrations or hits that will knock out your torpedoes and do a lot of damage to your ship. However, they are also devastating if they land. So it's possible we might actually want to go with this. Now, I only see surface mounts available, so that means that, in fact, we cannot go with any other. Well, I guess we could go with a forward. You know what? Why not? We're playing as Austria-Hungary, so we can be a little goofy. That's my opinion. We're not going to be able to do any flight stuff. Yeah, we still have a... Okay, so with the weight remaining, I guess we're just going to end up bumping up belt. Wrong way. You press down arrow to go down, but, you know, down arrow also in my head means decrease, so it's... depends on if my brain can process that. 13 inches of belt armor. Well, look at... No, we got to get the turret armor up first. Okay, we can go to 12.5 on both. We can go to 13. You know what? Turret tops I actually do prefer at 2.5 though, because they do have less effective. They're slightly less effective than what they state. So I think 2.5 inches of turret top is about 2 inches rear. I don't know where I got that from, but at some point I heard that or read that. So this is actually, I think we're good for the whoa, what happened? Get back here, O'Donnell. Okay, so let's see. Short range, which might limit its usefulness, yeah. But probably not a big deal for us in the very beginning of the game. You know, maybe we'll just try to pick a fight with Italy, or we'll just wait for somebody to come to us, or we'll send our heavy cruisers out. But I think that this is going to be fine for the very first ship we build. Alright, so O'Donnell's set. Let's go to our heavy cruisers, or armored cruisers, I should say. I'm going to make that mistake several times, probably. No, I want actually an armored cruiser, if you don't mind. There we go. This is absolutely horrific. Now, we do have a suggestion for the armored cruisers as well. Let's see, we have the Bajova. Okay, names, by the way. Let's cross this. Let's address this issue right away. I don't speak German, and I do not speak or even know much about Hungarian, so the names, the pronunciations will be bad. You can feel free to leave a correction on things, but I may not be able to even process it. So it might be a waste of your time to do so. I will try to read it and hopefully adapt my pronunciations accordingly. I remember a long time ago somebody was like very, very particular about all my German pronunciations in my Germany series. And we slowly maybe got slightly better at some of the pronunciations, but no, I mean, ultimately, if you can understand what I'm trying to say, that's good enough. And you can understand because I'm reading from words that you yourself can look at and see. So it shouldn't be a big deal. Okay, so what are we going to be doing for our armored cruisers? I'd like these to have maybe a speed of 21 or 22. Speed is just so expensive in terms of weight in the very beginning of the game. We have to be very careful about this. Range will definitely be medium, not short range for these. We'll probably do... I would like to be able to get 5.5 inches of belt armor out of these. 2 for the deck. Deck extended, I will go down to 1 for this. Conning tower, not important. Turret, again, I prefer to match. And yeah, basically just increasing everything. But I see we do have some weight remaining, so that's good. We will not be using the tertiaries on this. This is horrible, though. There's no way we're going to go with single guns. Sorry. Next question is, should we go with 10 or... And we will build these in our local yard, but... Should we go with 10 or even 11? I can't remember the breakdown of the rate of fire. And there is a hard cap at 4, apparently, that I always forget about. Which means I think that purely bigger guns are better as far as DPS goes. At least until you get up to the 15, 16-inch guns. And we can actually make an 11-inch gun armored cruiser, which would that would be very potent. These are also a little bit faster. They probably would benefit from the additional extra torpedoes. Although we could also just exchange that for more rounds per gun and hope that they can kill their prey in other ways. This is a tough one. What if I go down to... No, I actually kind of like... I've already talked myself into... We can go up in size. Then we'll add that, and we'll add the additional ammunition. Oh yeah, we definitely need more than 12, which is 6 guns per side. These also should be in turrets, which takes us down to that. So we have 7 6-inch guns per side, and then the 4 total 11-inch guns. This doesn't look like a bad design to me. This feels like okay. Okay, just make sure accommodations are all set to normal and all that. There's, every now and then I'll miss something really tiny. We could actually take this up to 13,000, which would be the absolute maximum we can build. I feel like armored cruisers at 12,500 are about right. Although I would feel comfortable going up to 13, even 14,000. What would we get from it, though? Just more armor? Now, I haven't explained this yet, but the way the battle generator system works, it won't take all the ships you have in an area, which generally means that having less higher quality ships is favored by the battle generator. It's just an unfair thing, but that's the way we're going to design ships to be, maybe a little bit more pricey and building less of them, but that should be rewarded, actually, by the battle generator. 7. Should I get 6? Or 8, I should say. What would I have to sacrifice? I don't think we're going to be able to do that. At least not right away. 120 rounds per gun doesn't even seem like that much. Is it complaining about it? No. Okay, well, yeah, you know what? This is going to be good enough. I need to get back in the saddle. It's been a while since I've designed these ships. 5 months, apparently. So... Alright, there's the armored cruiser. Let's go down to light cruisers. Just auto-generate something to give us something to work with. We'll probably end up doing 6,000. I think that's the limit. Wait, is it 6,000, which is the limit? No, why do I have this number 6,000 in my head? Maybe just because that's the size I like to build. Okay, belt of 2 or 2.5. Deck of probably 1 for the original ones, but we could go with 2. I probably won't go with 1.5. The middle ground, in my opinion, not that important. Go up to 2 with this, and secondaries, we probably won't have secondaries. Although maybe we will go with like 4-inch gun secondaries. That would actually be, I think that would be helpful. We have quality 0 6-inch guns. That's okay, something. Now what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's add some centerline ones, I guess. Midship. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. It's 5 plus 1. Probably better than just counting again. Interesting. The starboard aft wing. Okay, are the wing turrets? Why are these extra? We don't. Or do they have a different firing arc? They. Okay. There's gonna be a little bit of time here, but let's just look. What wing? Show me. They have the same firing arc? Yeah. Wait. No, it is slightly better. Am I crazy? No, that front one is definitely further forward than this. Okay, good. Then we will definitely take those. So let's do 1, 2... these... and... what are we missing? Yeah, some more on the front. Oops. There we go. Okay, there we're back up to our 6 guns, which is what I like to have. We are overweight, and I haven't even really armored this thing. And this thing definitely has to have all the torpedoes. Because light cruisers are the first ship, I think, can really manage having torpedoes and using them effectively. I don't mind going up in the displacement a little bit. These are going to be such expensive. All our ships are going to be really overpriced. Seems okay to me. We can take the turret down to 2.5. And since we have so many turrets, that actually helped. We want that ammunition to go up. 160 is probably okay with me. I think we're okay. This is feeling okay to me. Normal accommodations, protected cruiser, but honestly, the protected the armor scheme, although it's bad, it seems to hold up pretty well, even into the late game. Like what we're looking at here, what will this be called? This will be the Struwelpeter. Oh Lord, the names are already difficult. The Struwelpeter. The Struwelpeter is actually going to be pretty well. It's a glass cannon, as I already mentioned, but it has at least good turret armor. Belt could be better. I mean, how much would this cost? Really not that much, but I don't want to take up the size anymore. 23 knots is extremely expensive in terms of size. I think we'll leave it as is. I'm not sure if it's the best design. Again, I'm trying to get myself back into this. So we'll go with that. And we'll build the namesake of the class. Last but not least, destroyers, which are really not going to make an appearance in the game for me right away. I find that destroyers in the very beginning are pretty much garbage. So I'm not likely to actually even use this design. So I will actually keep this name because we do have another destroyer by the... Oh, no, actually we have two destroyers. Yeah, you know what? I'll go with this because this it's an offensive name. I was going to go with Metternich, but let me actually... I don't know. Just that this first destroyer is not really going to be used. So I think I will just keep Kronenberg as the name. I think our limit is 500. Yeah. Cannot build destroyers of that displacement. Okay, so speed, probably short range. Go up to 28. Oh, we're already overweight. Just kidding. Yeah, you can see these things are absolutely garbage. We will get rid of those 2-inch guns, and we will try to add 2, if we can, wing turrets. We're overweight. Damn it. I see no way around it. I guess we're just going to have to cancel having 3 torpedoes per side, which means these are even less useful. Whoops. Got rid of the wrong one. So what, V and probably like what? P? Yeah, that's good enough. We can move that smokestack just in case you're interested in the... Yep, wrong one. In the aesthetics of these. Do not be too caught up in the aesthetics because I will not care that much about it. But just this once. Okay, so this is a... I don't know, we have a lot of weight remaining though if we don't go with... We need to go with like one more. Okay, we're going to do something a little bit weird then. I'm going to get rid of P. And we're going to go with 2, just 1 on each side. Okay, D, E, F, G. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so this is the exact weight we want. We can just take a little bit more ammunition. Very good. Everything looks good. This is not going to be a ship we may only build the 1. You want to build at least the 1 because you get the discount on them only if you've already built them. But let's build just the 1. Okay, there we go. So we have a short-range battleship at 19 knots, which is good. I mean, that's actually, I've gone with 18 before, so that's a good speed. Then we have 2 medium-ranged cruisers. And then we have a short-range destroyer, which probably won't see the light of day. Not much of a monthly balance left, so we're already, I think, done with this, and we're going to start building the rest. Wait. Oh, yeah, over 27,000 will be lost. Okay, so do not continue. We'll probably... Oh, yeah, we want to build the battleships here, because those are built in Great Britain, and we don't want to risk that. So, now, these are already names which are being pulled from the... That are being pulled, let me see, yes, from the users directly. How many is this? We want 100. We want 2 of them. We cannot even afford 3. We'll get 2. So there we have the Brut der Schildkraftraft and the Yugoslavia. And we have 38. We need to get down to 27, which means I'll probably build 1 more armored cruiser. The Franz Ferdinand. Don't have the funds to build that ship. We will build the Stromvelputter. The Sigitsa, which I think was the name originally suggested for the light cruiser. I always think that that's appropriate. Now, this is going to take us down. I'm actually not going to build this because I want to save... Damn it. How do we do this? I miscalculated, essentially. This is a very expensive light cruiser, and I might even benefit from building like a another class light cruiser. Let me think. Okay, well, against my better judgment, I'm going to do the only thing which helps get us to the next phase. You get ships built at the next phase are built at a 50% discount. So you're definitely incentivized to do that. The only way we can do that is by getting 6 of these destroyers. I think 7 is already too many. Oh yeah, we gotta build 7. Okay, so welcome to the fleet, all you destroyer captains. And there we are, just right below 27,000. So let's move to the next phase. And now we're going to build the ones which are under construction, but you get them half off, which is why it's really nice to build as many as you can in this one. And we're going to focus on the O'Donnells because building them half off means less ships have to be built in Great Britain. Let's see. So we have 5,000 for our monthly funds. I think we can get away with building just 3 of these, and then we'll be completely full. Like our budget will be way over. I hope we can even build 3 of them. Yeah, not likely, but it's possible. Now, I think we can also build some other ships and put them on hold. So I probably want to crank up 2 more of these as well. And then just put them on hold. But there is, I mean, you can't do this because eventually the ships on hold get delayed and then they'll actually end up costing you more money than just building one from scratch. But let's build 2 more of these and then we'll be putting a lot of these ships on hold. So normally this will take, you know, around 24 months to build or whatever. But you can see that they're all, what the heck? Why are the light cruisers the same months remaining? Well, let's halt construction on those. Which will save us just a tad bit of money. Okay, we'll halt construction on pretty much everything. And even on this one. Okay, there we go. We were building 2 in the end, which is fine. So I think we're done. We're ready to go. Alright, we're in the game. Now, let's take a look at the map just to see what Austria-Hungary starts with. A whole lot of nothing. We basically have our home territory, and our immediate ambitions are definitely to expand in the Mediterranean only, which is why having those short-range ships should not be a problem. Okay, let's set up our research and do some other stuff now. Definitely get research up to the max, which didn't affect very much because we have like no budget. Doctrines. What do we want to train? I mean, it's so expensive to train. I'm not even going to train anything until we get a little bit closer to war. Tensions are over here. Intel. I'm going to do no intelligence whatsoever at the very first. And we'll start spying on like Great Britain a little bit later and the US when they have more technologies available for us to steal. Do I want to build my dock size up? Because I don't really have that much money, but it is pretty important to get this going early on. Oh, that is so expensive, but let's go ahead and do it, because I think it is necessary. Private economy will slowly build your docks up, but it does happen very slowly. Do we want any more coastal fortifications or anything? We have 2 4-inch batteries and 4 6-inch batteries. I'm going to say no. It's not like these can be invaded anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We want 6-inch batteries around any colonies that can be invaded, but because that also helps with the invasion defense. But your home territory cannot be invaded, so we're safe. So I think we're going to take the monumental step of advancing the first turn. Let me just do a quick scan to see if there's anything I'm missing. Yeah, actually there is. Everything is in active fleet right now, which is preposterous. We'll put everyone to reserve, and then we're going to mothball everything we can. Which I think is everything but one. We might be able to get away with this. And that would allow us... No. It does not allow us to even do one extra ship. Okay, we can't do this quite yet. What is it? What's the limitation? This is an unacceptably low level of readiness. Okay, so 16 plus... This is not half. What are you talking about? I don't have more than half the fleet. I have 32. Oh, it's more than 32. Yeah, I have it the wrong way around. Okay, fair enough. It is more than half. If we take this one onto reserve, though, we should be okay. And we are. Good, we're in February. So that's how the game works. You advance a turn, and this thing updates, and then we're good. Alright, so I guess we'll look at the ships under construction to see how we're doing here. Oh, what the heck? The USA is ordering a California class in a British shipyard? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, why are they doing that? Okay, oh yeah, I forgot that we probably should do intelligence against Italy. And the only reason for this is Intel also increases your chances of going to war with them. The Kaiser has made a foreign policy gaffe. You are asked to smooth things over by the Naval Secretary. I would never presume to undercut the authority of the Kaiser, which will give us prestige up and tension up. Or we can talk about, this is definitely what we're going to do, we can increase tensions with specifically Italy. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Gives us a little bit more money. Lots of ships being commissioned. USA, I do not want tensions to go up with the USA. They are like the... Besides, actually, they're probably worse to fight than Great Britain in the beginning. Because we have nothing, we can gain absolutely nothing from them. At least Great Britain, we can take colonies. Although we'd probably just get our butts stomped. A major arms firm wants to sell ships to a South American country. This would be good for our arms industry, but risk leaking sensitive technology. What sensitive technology? I'm sorry, Austria-Hungary has very little it can claim as sensitive technology. I hope that this isn't related to that. Oh, that's what I need to do, my research priorities. Right, of course. So we originally set everything to medium. This is not at all my modus operandi. Naval guns, up to high. This one I'm going to leave at medium. I think that submarines are going to be extremely important for us, but yeah, I'm going to put it up to high. Explosive shells, we're just going to put on low, and we'll have to catch up. Ship design on very high. Same thing with AP projectiles. I'm going to put that on low. I don't think it's necessarily a good idea for everyone, but we have to prioritize things very specifically as Austria-Hungary. I know engine rebuilds can help machinery. So, I mean, essentially, we just really have to min-max a substantial amount here. So, everything should be on either high or low. Damage control, who needs that? Turrets and gun mountings, this will go to high. Ship design, AP. Okay, I guess I'll go to low. And I'll leave this. I don't like to leave advanced technologies with an advantage on low. So I'll leave this on medium. And I will also leave this on medium as well. Okay, that seems good to me. We got a few months where that didn't happen, but nothing to worry about. Okay, moving on. Germany is sounding us out. Oh my goodness, it's historical! The Kaiser thinks this can make it possible to save on defense. Oh, that's right. Well, honestly, what does Germany offer us? It offers us a means of defeating somebody like France. This will decrease our budget, but man, I like it for like so many reasons. One, it's beneficial if we go to war with somebody early. Two, I have to say, the historical appeal of this is very hard to get away from. So I will say this is an excellent idea. Okay, now we're baffled by the ability to build Destroyers of up to 600 tons. That's fine. I don't plan on building destroyers that quickly. Did I not get... I forgot to design... I'm back in my old rule the wave mindset. Can we get corvettes? Can we get them? Can we even build these? Can I build them of 600? Yes. Okay, good. So we forgot to design this. Not that I really have the money for it, but we do want a lot of corvettes for, what's it called? The convoy protection? Trade protection. So let's just make these as cheap as possible. Yeah, we'll put them at 17 knots. 600 tons just so that they get some ASW benefit. I think that that's the ASW benefit, but otherwise... Oh my goodness. Get rid of this. No. Stop. Stop it. Yeah, that looks better. So at least it's not ugly. Super ugly. And these are not supposed to be combat effective. They're really just supposed to have one gun to scare away things that don't have guns. Or, you know, if you have enough of them in a convoy, maybe to protect against submarines, but convoys aren't even a thing yet. We could make these long range, which, wow, we can actually do, huh? Yeah, we'll just put them in normal. I don't think it matters. By the way, does this increase their cost? So 567, 1493. It does. Way too much, so we won't be doing it. And we can't add torpedoes. Yeah, there we go. A very basic Archiduca Francesco Carlo. There it is. Save this design. We'll be building a ton of these. We could do colonial service. Now, I think colonial service is actually worth it on these, even though it does increase our cost a fair amount. But I think it is worth it. I don't know what if the maintenance cost is going to go up. It probably will. Let's go ahead and do this. So this will give us effectively, I guess, 700 tons of displacement at colonies, because I think it's a 20% increase. Yeah. Go ahead. Okay, let's just build it. Just build like 3 for now. Yeah, it's all we can really afford. Would have been much better if I wouldn't have had to pay the minuscule design fee. Okay, here we go. Italian light cruisers. I mean, if I had built it before in the legacy building phase. But anyway, the Marsala, new Italian light cruiser. They're going with 10 4-inch guns. That's really good for us. So long as numbers aren't a thing, I think we have at least 1 light cruiser, right? Yeah. So our 1 light cruiser will probably go up against 2 of theirs. That's not a good thing, but... Yeah, by the way, how are we doing here? Oh, 2 months left. That means I can probably start the next one. Yeah, should be able to do this. Just to get the next one on the way. Okay, we already looked at the Marsala. Thank you. And you know what? I think this is a good place to call our first video to a close. So we almost made it a full year. Okay, we'll make it a full year. Oh, good. Our first battleship has been commissioned. Kind of. I mean, it's not. It's the first one under the reign of Torticelli. A sudden slump in the economy, oh no, has led to widespread unemployment and poverty. Any further cuts in naval budget are unacceptable. Now, I don't know if one of the later 2 options, while hurting the budget more in the beginning, helps it more later on. But we're going to go ahead and go with this option. Which didn't help our standing in the international community at all, but I think it was the right choice to save our budget. What little budget we have. So you can see that having built that one, we are able to continue with the Hummel. And with the Savannah about to finish, we can also resume one of our armored cruisers. Which wouldn't, we wouldn't be able to sustain this for more than a month, but we shouldn't need to. Okay, very good. So that is where we will call this first video to a close. Because it is the first video in a series, I would greatly appreciate it if you could press the thumbs up, give this video a like, just to increase its visibility on YouTube. Look, Rule the Waves is not very popular, for, probably for good reason, not a very popular thing, but I still think that other people would enjoy seeing this game, so... if you want to follow this series, you can subscribe. I'm otherwise not a person who normally pushes for any of these things. I feel like people have the free will to like, comment, and subscribe as they like. But yeah, let's feed the algorithm for just the first video. There'll be a lot of role-playing that's done in the comment section, so that's always encouraged. Feel free to do that. Every now and then I'll report on some of the role-playing that's been going on. Anyway, until the next video, thanks for watching, stay safe, and take care.